Hi, welcome to Learning Monkey. I am Vikram. In this class, we'll try to understand one Manchester coding of bits. So this is these kind of questions were frequently asked in placement questions, placement practice. So we are going to practice one such kind of question that was frequently asked. So these are the properties of the Manchester. Manchester means it is a coding technique where the bits that are being transmitted will be encoded before transmission. So based upon the properties of the function, the encoding is done. Okay, so these are the properties that are mentioned. Now we will try to understand these properties and we will try to do some test cases, and based upon that we will try to change the function. The function is given below. The following is the Manchester function, which is given below. For each element of the input array ARR, counter is incremented if the bit in ARR of I is same as that of the bit in ARR of ARR of I minus 1. So for the existing bit, if the previous bit is same, the counter there is a variable that counter has to be incremented. Okay, then the incremented counter is added to the output array to store the result. So we have to use another array. Within that array we have to store the result, and the incremented counter that has been done, the incrementation that has been done, the counter has been incremented, so that value has to be stored in that output array. This is what they want. So apart from that, there are many other conditions. If the bits of ARR of I, so the present element and ARR of I minus 1 are different. In the previous case we have seen that if they are same, but if they are different, then 0 is added to the output array. In the previous case, if they are same, we have incremented the counter, and that incremented value is stored into the new array. If they are different, means 0 has to be added to the output array. So these are the conditions for encoding the bits that are being transmitted. Okay, and that is done by this Manchester function. For the first bit in the input array, assume its previous bit to be 0. As the first bit of the array is not having the previous bit, we have to assume that previous bit, the previous bit for the first bit to be 0. Okay, so now let's try to consider these test cases, and based upon that function we will solve these test cases, one of the test case, and later we will go to the function. So this is the array that is presented, that is given. So this array is having the elements 1 1 1 0 0 1 0, and this is having 6 elements. The input is 6 is provided in this function to the size, and this array is provided to this array. Okay, now the previous element for the first element to be considered as 0. Okay, now we have to take the fresh array of the same size. Okay, now we have to fill this array based upon the Manchester encoding properties, because so the first element has to be compared with 0. As they are different, we have to fill this array with 0. Next, these two are to be compared. Both of them are same. If they are same, means we have to take a variable called counter, and it is assigned to 0. Because they are same, this has to be incremented, and this incremented value, the value of this counter, has to be stored in this specific space of the output array. Next, these two are to be compared. They are different, so it has to be 0. These two are to be compared. They are same means this one has to be incremented, and this has to be stored in this place. And next, these two different, so it has to be 0. These two different, so it has to be 0. The output array, this is the code that needs to be transmitted, but the Manchester function has converted that those bits into this form, and it is getting transmitted. So what is the output here? 0 1 0 2 0 0. So the expected output is 0 1 0 200. So pause this video for a while. So using the properties that we have discussed, you try to solve this test case 2. So are you getting the same output or not? So with that you are going to understand, what is the what kind of functionalities the coding is doing, the Manchester coding function is doing. So let's come to the Manchester coding function. So in this function, this is the function that we are going to change. So we know these values, and here we are having okay, the variable result is there, and here we are creating the new array of the size of the input array. How we are going to done that? How it is going to do that is, so it is size of the int, because the elements are integers, zeros and ones, size of the int into size. What is the size? In our test case it is 6. Okay, so size of input array. So how much amount of space will get created? The new array is going to create the new space that is allocated. It is not array, but we can access them as it is assigned to the integer pointer. So these concepts are already discussed in our C programming course. Okay, so that is the reason why we are going very fast. Okay, so this is the pointer. RES is the pointer, so we can access those elements, and the pointer arithmetic is also applicable to the malloc function. So the space that has been created, we have already discussed. So we can consider it as an array. We can assume it as an array. So the each space is of size, is capable of storing the size of the integer 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements. Space for the 6 elements has been created. Okay, and the starting address is pointed by RES. Okay, okay. Now the count is equal to 0. Count is equal to 0. So nothing. So far we haven't identified any mistakes. Int I is equal to 0. I less than size. So this has to be incremented, as we have to. Go through each and every bit of the array. So this is. Go through each and every bit of the array. This for loop has to be incremented for size of the elements. So because it is starting from 0, so here 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is acceptable. So nothing wrong with the 0, 1, 0. What is the input sample array? It is 0. Okay, 1 1 0 0 1 0, 1 1 0 0 1 0. Okay, let's change these bits. 1 1 0 0 1 0, 0 0 1 0. This is our input bit. So we will try to do that calculations, fill this bit array by using this input sample. Okay, so this, nothing wrong with this for loop. So we can go into this for loop, into this for loop. So if I is equal to 0, it is the case of first bit. So what we have to assume, it is to be 0. Okay, if that is the case, if the index is at 0, as the I is starting with 0, so if the index is 0, because we have to consider the first bit. Okay, if the index is 0, the result value has to be stored with this comparison. So the output of this comparison. So ARR of I is equal to 0. So what is the ARR of I? It is 1. 1 is not equal to 0. So what is the output of this? This is going to generate an output of 0. So the logic is getting satisfied. If they are different, see here, they are different, then the 0 has to be filled in this place. Think of that logic. If they are different, if for example, if here we are having 0, means 0 is equal to 0, 0 is equal to 0, so the output is going to be 1. So that 1 is getting stored in this result. Okay, result as it is having 1, they are different, so the output is going to be 0, so the result is stored with 0 at this point. Okay, so at this point a result is getting stored with 0. Okay, we are going to come out of this if condition and also this else condition. Now this one will get executed as the braces are not given, only one statement will get executed. So this one, res of I, means this 0th value, this first index, so this has to be stored with, so this is the ternary function, so nothing wrong with this function. Okay, result is 0. Result is 0 means this count has to be incremented. Result is 0, this count has to be incremented, but that is not the case of the function. If both of them are different, 0 has to be stored. 0 has to be stored. Okay, but here we are incrementing. If the result is false, true means this part will get executed. If it is false means this one will get executed. Understand that logic. So result is 0, as the result is having the value of 0, this else part will get executed, which is incrementing, and that incremented value is getting stored in res of 0. So there is an error. How to rectify that error? So one of the way, there are different ways, you can do whatever way you would like to. So I am changing this to in another way here, result. So from now on we are going to use this function. If result is equal to 0, if it is true, then 0, else plus count. We have to increment the count, and this is equal to res of 0. Okay, so now result, what is the value of result here? It is 0. If they are true, yes, both of them are true, then 0 will get stored in res of I. So 0 will get stored. See how I have changed it. Okay, so as we are getting, so hope you got that point. Okay, so now this is done. Next iteration, the value of I is equal to 1. Okay, so this is not the case. Now from now on we are not going to come into this if condition, because we have crossed the first bit. We are going to the next bits. Case, result is equal to ARR of I is equal to ARR of I minus 1. So now we are in this element. Now we have to compare these two. So if both of them are equal, then the result has to be stored with, if both of them are equal, ARR of I is equal to ARR of I minus 1. So in our case both of them are equal, so the output is going to be 1. Now the result is getting stored with 1. Okay, now in this case the result is getting stored with 1. Okay, here 1 is equal to 0. Is it equal? No. So after coming out of this if condition, we are going to compare 1 is equal to 0. So both of them are not equal, so this else part will get executed, count plus. So the count will get incremented, and initially it is 0, so now it has become 1, and this incremented value 1 will get stored in res of 1. I means 1. Okay, so here the count value is getting stored as 1. Okay, next incrementation, the value of I is equal to 2. So here this one is compared with this one. So are they different? Are they same? No. So the output is going to be 0. So as the result is going to be 0, the value stored in result is equal to 0. So are they same? Yes, this condition applies. They are same. So 0 has to be stored in res of 0. Res of 2. Okay, next is 3. So hope you are getting that point. We are in the right path. Okay, so next is 3, third one. So this one is this value 0. So 0, these two are to be compared. So we have done that one, right? This one. So this one is compared with this one, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So 0 is equal to 0. Both of them are equal. So it is going to produce an output of 1. It is going to produce an output of 1. So 1 is not equal to 0. So this part will get executed. The count will get incremented. The count will get incremented and this incremented value will get stored here. Similarly for this also, different 0, different 0. Okay, so the final output, so check this for loop also. I is equal to 0, I less than size, I plus plus, nothing wrong with this. We are going to go through all the array elements and every time we are going to print the value of res of I. Okay, so this is how the Manchester coding is done. So based upon the properties that are mentioned in this problem, so you may get different kind of Manchester encoding. The properties may be mentioned. Most of the cases they will be in the similar way. Okay, hope you got the clarity on this concept. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon for the latest updates. And if you have any doubts regarding this concept, please post your doubt in the comment section below. And if you feel that this video is helpful to you, please give us a like symbol and please share this video with your friends so that they will also get benefited. Thanks for watching.